Hi, I'm David.
And I'm Gail.
And we're here at the start of another long walking day.
Yes, we are still in San Gimignano.
Yeah.
You saw us in our last video here at this very same spot at night.
Yeah.
Now it's about 8:15 in the morning.
That's right. And I think we got about almost a 30 kilometer, I'm sure it will end up being a 30-kilometer walk. It's kind of one of these days where it's threatening to rain. There's about a 70% chance of rain. We're hoping that doesn't happen. It's partly cloudy right now, so it's holding off at this point, yes. But who knows? We got a full day of walking ahead of us. And we're basically heading off to another circular, well, this one is actually a hill town that is walled, and the walls are in almost a perfect circle, so it'll be quite intriguing to see that when we get there. But we have a few adventures along the way, I think.
We do.
Yep, maybe some river crossings. And Gail loves her river crossings.
And there's been a lot of rain lately, so let's hope that they're not too treacherous. But yeah, so I think it's in our best interest to start as fast as possible to try and beat the rain to the extent possible.
Yeah, and you'll be the first to find out if we if we got rain or not.
All right.
Okay, we'll see you then on the trail.
See you soon.
Bye-bye.
Just gone 10:30, and David and I are about a quarter of the way, a little bit more than a quarter of the way of our total day's distance. And we're now at a really important marking point where the Via Francigena can go one way or the other. We still end up in the same destination. But we want to go up that way. We want to go to Colle di Val, which is a famous manufacturing center. It's been a place since the Etruscans. It was actually mentioned by Dante in his writings. Today it's known for its crystal production. Almost all crystal glass in Italy is produced here. 15% of crystal glass in the world is produced in this city. But also during the Industrial Revolution times, it was a place where paper was manufactured, glass and ironwork. So it's going to be an interesting place. About 2.5 hours ago, we were in the church square of San Gimignano, which is over there. So that is the progress we've made. Of course, our destination for tonight is nowhere in sight. it's about noontime, and David and I have reached that center of Crystal, the city known as Colle Val. And what a remarkable place. As you approach it, there's a moated castle, and you go through the castle, and it's a castellated town. Then you walk beyond it, and that's where we are now. We're on the ramparts. But when you're on the ramparts, you can look over, and there's a lower town, which again is extremely picturesque. So right now we are just outside of the Grotto of Crystal, one of many establishments that sells handmade crystal, and that originates from here. Most of the things here were housewares, so beautiful wine glasses and other kinds of plates and implements. There were also little dishes, ashtrays, and ornaments. These are all things that we cannot carry. Crystal weighs heavy, it breaks, and we really don't need more crystal. But how alluring it is to look at these things and just see how beautiful they are. They're just like ice.
Okay, here we are at the end of another walking day.
It was successful because we got here safely.
Yes, it took quite a while. It was like, it really turned out to be a 30-kilometer day, 30-plus kilometer day. And I think we got here about close to, 5:30, I guess it was. But it was kind of nice because the place we stayed at was called Room and Wines. And I guess the feature of that is that, other than you get a nice room, is that you go downstairs to they have a winery downstairs, an outlet anyways, and so you got a free glass of wine downstairs.
We did.
Which was basically a Tuscan wine that was produced right here just outside the walled city of Monteriggiano, as I'm reading from my wine glass.
Because we are actually in a castle town on a hill. We were talking to the winemaker, and he was telling us that only about 30 people actually live here in town. They are the entrepreneurs who run the restaurants, the shops, etc. But
that's about it. Yeah.
And he says everyone knows everyone. I think
no
so.
kidding.
Yeah.
But it was, and it's very small. When you're here, you realize how small it is. You can see the walls. You're standing in the center of the city. You can see walls all around you. So it really is quite small in a way. We mentioned earlier that it was a circular walled city, but I think it's probably more oval shaped. if I was to be more accurate. But anyways, it's still pretty spectacular anyway.
And for the fact that there are only 30 people
Yeah,
currently
yeah.
living here, this is a town that you can see for miles and miles as you approach,
Yes.
and it's quite spectacular.
Yeah, and I think it's, even though it's just a population of 90 people, I think
60.
it's 60 people. It survives a lot on tourism, but there's some really good restaurants here. We had quite a fine meal that I think would be comparable to anything we get from a big city. I think we're finding that a lot of the small places have, I think, more authentic cuisine in a way. It's more down to earth.
More reasonable.
More reasonable priced as well, and still quite enjoyable. They still make an effort to present it well and everything. So I think we quite enjoyed it. You'll see pictures of all our dinner tonight.
Yes, and that's where we are here right now at the restaurant, which is pretty much next door to our accommodations within the tower walls.
It's called the Fuedo restaurant, although we've been talking with our waiter, and I don't think we've got it quite correct.
He's trying to finesse our pronunciation, but
we're not very good.
He doesn't yet know how we do in the language.
Yeah. So anyway, so the day, I think, was, as we said, I think was fairly long, and we enjoyed it quite a bit. We managed to get here before any really rain started. There has been some rain since we arrived here, but not too bad so far.
We were sort of flirting with the clouds throughout, but we were good.
Yeah.
So we
yeah.
hope to have a good night, because we have another walk to another hillside town, Siena, which is where we're going to have a 0-day. Can't wait.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's just a 20-kilometer or so day tomorrow, and then we're off with a little rest day. So, anyways, I think that's pretty much it. I think we'll just call it a day.
Sure.
And we'll
You can see the local
close
rosé.
with some local rosé, just with grapes grown just outside of the walled city.
Yeah.
So until tomorrow, we'll say clink our glasses and say toodaloo.
Cheers.
Cheers. Ciao.